Hello, my fellow Americans and international friends, and welcome back into the Cal Report. Today is August 28th, 2025. So, today we're going to do a little recap on what took place at the Orange County Board of Supervisors meeting a couple days ago on August 26th. There was an agenda item brought forward by both Supervisor Don Wagner and Supervisor Janet Nguyen, whom I both applaud for doing so, because what you're about to find out essentially is, at least in my opinion, where all of the Orange County Board of Supervisors stand when it comes to fair elections in our county, as well as if they have something to hide. Let's take a look.
We are being sued by the Department of Justice. We are in expensive litigation with the Department of Justice over the question of whether our rolls are sufficiently clean or not, whether our registrar has done what needs to be done to keep those rolls clean, whether we have got folks on those rolls who are not entitled to vote for one reason or another. And there are lots of reasons someone could be on the rolls and not entitled to vote. We don't clean them often enough. We do not get rid of all of the dead wood, meaning the dead people. We don't get rid of folks who have moved out of the state or even just out of Orange County anywhere near as often as we can. And from this litigation and from prior litigation, we know that there are folks who are not in this country legally, not therefore entitled to vote, who are nevertheless on the voting rolls. Whether they vote or not is a different question, but they're on the rolls. We should clean the rolls. We should also not litigate a case like this if we have nothing to hide, as if we had something to hide.
What is the claim?
The claim in the lawsuit is that the Registrar of Voters has an obligation to produce, without redaction, the voter registration records of 17 individuals.
Okay, so it's a very narrow claim, is that right?
Correct, yes.
Okay, and so it's not all these other things about clearing the voter rolls?
There's a process in state law now that if before we actually physically cancel them, we have to send each voter a notice saying that we've received information that you've died, that you've been put in prison, that you've moved out of state, and we're going to cancel you in 15 days. If this is an error, reply back to us and we'll correct that.
Okay, so you are actively trying to clean up the voter rolls?
Correct.
For the 17 people that self-reported, did you remove them from the voter rolls?
Yes.
I don't understand why we're fighting on the 7 individuals and litigating, because what it really comes down to is, what are you hiding over there? There's been lots of concerns and lots of conspiracy theories, right? Comments. If you're not hiding anything, hand it over to DOJ and this can be settled. And then we wouldn't be here. And no one would argue and say anything about the registered voter. What you're trying to fight for 17 individuals' names is signal to people like me that have heard for 20 years in Orange County concerns on both sides. Doesn't matter, forget about the partisanship of it or different political ideology of it. What the signal is that you're trying to hide something. And that's not the message we want. Do you know how many voters you have that are registered that are over 100 years old?
I don't have that in front of me, but yes, I know that number, and that is a function of when the state established the VoteCal system. There were voters who at the time they registered to vote were not required to provide a date of birth. So the state assigned them birth years of 1850 and 1900. So that's why there is a small number of voters who have what appears to be an age of over 100 years old. But I don't believe they're actually over 100 years old. And that number has continued since the state made that decision. That number has continued to decline.
It's not a significant amount. When I've looked at the numbers, I always believed anecdotally that, there was rampant voter fraud. And I can just represent to you, and I said it at a press conference with the Secretary of State several years ago at his office, Mr. Page's office.
I was standing next to you.
Oh, okay.
That's why I called you
Ah,
out.
okay. Now, that it wasn't rampant. We don't have, at least based upon the referrals, we have not seen rampant voter fraud in our county. But I But I want to caveat that I've investigated only the cases that have been referred from the registrar of voters, and we haven't initiated our own unless we received complaints through other avenues. But in general, I haven't felt personally that it's widespread as I think some people have argued.
And you have this one individual that was part of the 17, you prosecuted that individual, correct? Or they entered into some agreement, as I understand it.
Oh, right. Yeah, we did. There was a Canadian that was voting and was not authorized to vote, and we did prosecute him.
Prolong this anymore. I think there were compelling arguments made on, both sides. I appreciate the difficult position Mr. Bob Page is in, our registrar, and I appreciate the county council's opinion. I read his memo, and I concur.
Motion is to direct the registrar to turn over the information related to the 17 individuals unredacted to the Department of Justice and to cooperate with the Department of Justice in any further efforts to clean the Orange County voter rolls.
All right, thank you. And I believe that was seconded. All right, Madam Clerk, would you call the roll?
Supervisor Wagner, Supervisor Wynn, Supervisor Sarmiento, Chair Chafee,
No.
and Vice Chair Foley.
No.
Okay, motion does not carry.
All right, so you heard from all of them. You heard from the Orange County District Attorney, Todd Spitzer. You heard from the Orange County Registrar of Voters, Bob Page himself. And you heard from all 5 of the supervisors. And by the way, if you guys didn't see my announcement from a few days ago, I am now running to represent District 2 in the Orange County Board of Supervisors, which of course right now is being represented by Vicente Sarmiento. And I do believe that this is a very important item, so this is why I'm reporting on it. I'm bringing this information to you. So what I think what you have here is you've got Vicente Sarmiento, Katrina Foley, and Doug Chafee, all 3 of them complicit with hiding something. If you've got nothing to hide, then why not vote yes? I think they just showed you their true cards. Again, I applaud Supervisor Wagner and Supervisor Wynn for bringing this forward because it really, truly shows you where all of them stand. And I think it's a dangerous thing to not comply with whatever the DOJ wants you to turn over. And in my opinion, the DOJ has the ultimate authority. So I think on their part that this was a test to see how the Orange County Board of Supervisors would respond to the lawsuit. I mean, who knows what's going to happen, but it'll be very interesting to see. That's for sure. That's it for today. Really appreciate you guys watching my video. As always, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, or please subscribe to the channel. Always appreciate it, guys. That's what's going on in California. Hey, God bless. Take care. And I'll see you all next time.